Hello, hello, and thank you for stopping by my channel. My name is Valerie Oakley, also known as Coach Val, and today's Sunday topic that I want to talk to you about is why slowing down helped me to speed up and how it might help you to speed up too, or slow down, or whichever, wherever you are in that journey. So, have you ever felt like you should be further along in life? Has that ever happened to you? Like, no matter how much you push, no matter how much you hustle, no matter how much you study, no matter how much you try, no matter how much you execute, no matter how much you are trying to keep up, that you are still behind. Well, guess what? I know that feeling all too well. And I'll never forget the day where I had enrolled in this new course. I was an entrepreneur and I had rolled into this course to, just try to get some pointers and some tips on learning how to take off in my business. And the mentor, one of the first things the mentor told me and my classmates in this course in the most serious way was that you need to slow down to speed up. Huh. At that time, when I heard that, I was livid. But you know what? That moment would go on to be something very significant that changed my life. You see, at the time where I heard this, or at the time where I enrolled in this course, I was already 5 years into my business. And I thought, I pretty much have things down. I just need some pointers on how to get over that hump that I felt like I was in, if I was going to keep going. Because to be honest, I was at the point where I was just questioning whether or not I was too old to keep going or to keep trying anymore. So, again, I invested in this course to learn how to accelerate from there. And the first thing you hear is slow down. So I was just throwing like a toddler fit on the inside of me. And I thought, you know what? Are you kidding me? Here I am. I need to go faster because I don't have that much time left. And then you want me to not do that. But over the year-long program that I was in, I said, I'm here. So let me trust the process. Something beautiful happened. I did. I began to understand what was meant by slowing down to speed up. It wasn't about quitting. It wasn't about failing. It wasn't about giving up. It wasn't about doing anything wrong. It was about creating space for me to have more certainty. It was about connecting with my mind and my spirit and my body in a way that I hadn't really done in years or if ever. I just learned how to show up in a new way. And that process helped me see myself and my surroundings. It helped expand my awareness. It gave me more confidence in my choices, more peace in my decisions, and a deeper sense of alignment with what my purpose was here, not just in business, but in any type of way I showed up in my relationships, in my personal and professional environments. And it gave me a really different sense of peace. Um, I really hadn't felt that in a long time. And like I said, if ever, it was so sobering in the best way. And I think that besides my decision to give my life to Christ, I would say it was arguably one of the three most impactful decisions that I've ever made in my life. Not kidding you. So here's what I learned, some of the key things. Slowing down doesn't mean that you're falling behind. It's what positions you to move forward with more power and again, more certainty in whatever it is that you're moving forward in. When you pause long enough to just take notice of what's really happening inside you in relation to what's going on around you, you stop running on fumes and you start walking in more alignment. And in that alignment with mind, body, spirit, it's what allows you to accelerate in ways that you hustle never could. Um, Spiritually speaking, it might be called learning how to walk more in your purpose. So if you feel like you've always been running, but never really getting there, never really arriving, maybe it's time for you to slow down. Maybe it's time for you to breathe, more time to listen, more time to realign. And that's not weakness, my friend, that is wisdom. So, again, learning how to slow down, I learned that I could truly speed up. And that's what changed everything. It reminded me that wholeness comes before hustle, before any type of hustle. It comes before trying to do things somebody else's way. And that kind of peace, it's going to be possible in the middle of any kind of progress. So before we wrap up today, I want to take a moment to invite you into something special that I've been creating for this season and for this type of person. It's called the Caregiver Fourth Quarter Renewal Series. So if you are somebody who gives and gives, you wear a lot of hats, you're multi-talented, but you are always giving. You're always in that position, whether you're caring for children, aging parents, clients, loved ones, any circles that you're in, you already know how heavy that role can be. And as we close out the year, it's so easy to run on empty at this time of year, even without realizing it. And actually, if you're that type of person, you run that way all year. So you don't notice, you don't, before you know it, you know you're on the verge of burning out. And that's what we want to prevent as we move into the close of 2025 and show up differently in 2026. So, this series is going to be your chance to slow down so that you can speed up. It's going to be your chance to pause, to recharge, reset before stepping into 2026. We're going to meet virtually on Tuesday evenings starting October 14th. There's going to be 5 core sessions plus a bonus one in January. So these 6 sessions are going to be spread out. We're not going to overwhelm you, especially this time of year. You're going to get encouragement. You're going to get practical tools. You're going to get community support so that you can share some experiences, not to like share struggles, but so that we can learn a common way of moving forward. You know, you'll just be in a circle of people who really, really get you, you know, because this type of community is usually the underserved. The ones that are always giving are usually always the ones that under receive and under give back to themselves. So let's change that together. So you're going to renew your energy, you're going to regulate your nervous system, and you're going to do that in any circumstance. And it's going to help you reclaim your wholeness. And if you choose the VIP option, you're also going to get a private one-on-one session with me for deeper support and more strategy for you for whatever your goals are for 2026. So if you want more information on that, or if you want to enroll, you can find the links in the description section. And what I want you to do, if anything resonates with you here, please drop a comment for me. Let me know in the comments. If anything resonates with you, please do enroll in the course or share this with somebody who you might feel that this might touch. And like and subscribe and share this out if you found something very helpful in the in the story that I just shared. And together, let's finish this year strong. But more importantly, let's finish it whole. So I really appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by. And I will see you next time.